In our first story, a Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Robert Ahomaka-Lindsay, has indicated that government will meet the 2020 timeline to deliver the One District, One Factory initiative. He says 8 factories have already been approved for the Upper West region by the 1D1F Secretariat and the Ministry of Trade and Industry, as well as various municipal and district chief executives in the region, having also been challenged to come out with proposals for 5 factories. Rafiq Salam now reports from Wa.
The One District, One Factory program is aimed at establishing at least 1 factory or enterprise in each of the 216 districts of Ghana as a means of creating economic growth poles that will accelerate the development of those areas and create jobs for the teeming youth. At the launch of the district implementation support team in Wa, which was attended by various stakeholders, Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Robert Ahomaka-Lindsay, said the success or otherwise of the program will depend on how the various key stakeholders treat the companies which will set up the factories.
Factories are not built at Jubilee House. They'll be built here in Wa, in different cities in the Upper West region. And their job is to help them ensure they implement it. Planning permission, EPA certificate, factories inspect. This is where the detail comes in to ensure. The 5 I referred to is that I gave a challenge to our MMDCs that I said, though they're supposed to just do 1 by 2020, we are challenging them to do 5. But we start off by saying we'll deliver what our president committed, but we should also aim for more.
Responding to the critics of the government on the delay in the implementation of the One District, One Factory project, Mr. Ahomaka-Lindsay explained that no matter how slow the process is, government will deliver on their promise.
Anybody that thinks a factory is built overnight doesn't know how businesses run. And one thing I do understand is how businesses run. You don't build a factory overnight, just like you don't build a house overnight. If you do that, at the first rain, the whole house will collapse. What we have been doing over the past 12 months gets us as to where we are today, is preparing the groundwork. We have the policies, we have the structures. We had to get to a situation where we get the 8. As I told you earlier on, over 700 plus businesses have applied. We have to do an analysis of the business plans. We have to get them ready. We have to make sure our district structures are put in place to support them and make sure that the districts spend their time and effort on the largest potential area of success. So they focus on the 8 that have been pre-approved. If we had not done the work previously, we wouldn't have got the 8.
Deputy Upper West Regional Minister Amidu Chinyere Isako appealed to the stakeholders to work assiduously to ensure the success of the program. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
And down south, an attempt by the Food and Drugs Authority to get an Accra High Court to dismiss a suit challenging the ban on some bleaching creams failed, as the court ruled that the writ had been appropriately filed. The Cosmetics Association of Ghana in December 2017 dragged the Food and Drugs Authority and the Ghana Standards Authority to court, challenging a decision to ban cosmetic products containing hydroquinone due to its bleaching effects. The association contends the FDA acted unreasonably as its members had imported the product for years with the approval of the 2 institutions. The FDA, through its lawyers, tried to have the case dismissed, but that was not allowed by the High Court Judge, Justice Daniel Mensah, who said the court had been apparently called upon legally to hear the matter. There's more in the following report.
For lawyers of the FDA, the Cosmetics Association was not using the appropriate procedure to bring the matter to court. They would have preferred that an application for judicial review be filed rather than the issuance of a writ of summons. They insisted the appropriate thing for the court to do is to dismiss the writ. Justice Daniel Mensah on Monday told the packed courtroom a recent decision of the Supreme Court leaves the court with no choice than to turn down the request by the FDA. Vice President of the association, Michael Nkrumah, who is satisfied with the decision, said the ban is affecting their business.
When they start seizing the products, it causes fear and panic among the members, and especially people who have stock. There was an issue. People had already had a lot of stock and they didn't know what to do with them. And these are stock that they have cleared from the Harbour Food and Drug Board, has taken their money, Ghana State Authority, everything, so they couldn't throw away their products, of course. So initially when they came, seasoned products, it affected us. But now that, we are in court, I think now people have their free mind to do their business until the final ruling is done on this case. We're about to move on trial, I believe.
For their lawyer, Akosia Jemfi, the FDA was simply trying to regulate an issue that raises no health concerns.
It's somebody's choice. Me and you, we choose to be that because we are. Somebody doesn't want to be. It's not. It shouldn't be like a dictatorship. It shouldn't be the status quo for what should happen in the society. I think it's a social issue more than a health issue.
Hearing of the case continues on May 23.
The Ghana LPG Operators Association is calling on government, the Ministry of Energy and the National Petroleum Authority to urgently withdraw the cylinder recirculation model policy. According to the president of the association, Togbi Adaklu, government needs to rethink the policy to replace the existing marketing and distribution system for LPG. The association says the move is likely to deprive them of their economic rights. Ifwa Evans Chinri now reports.
Following the gas explosion at the atomic junction last year, Cabinet issued a directive for the replacement of existing LPG marketing and distribution systems with a cylinder recirculation model. The group says the speed with which the decision was taken and the urgency in the introduction of the CRM while investigations commissioned on the explosion were still ongoing baffled them.
The speed with which the decision was taken and the subsequent urgency in the introduction of the CRM, while investigations commissioned on the explosion were then still ongoing, is really perplexing, worrying to the Ghana LPG Operators Association. This is because the CRM had been implemented before in this country and abandoned some 30 years ago in favor of the existing marketing and distribution system which has since sustained the LPG industry to date. The hurry by government, therefore, to revert to this once abandoned LPG marketing system, inadvertently to solve the so-called spate of explosions and enhance penetration of LPG in the country more than meets the eye.
President of the association, Togbi Adaklu, the fifth, says government must partner with them, not sideline them.
Including the atomic junction explosion, went to lapses during the gas discharging process at filling plants. In solving this hazard, the Ghana National Fire Service, as part of its recommendations on the atomic junction explosion investigations, has directed all filling plants to give at least 2 days notice before the discharge of gas so as to enable a fire tender and personnel to supervise the operation. Logbooks have been dispatched to filling plants to record the details of the discharging process. To Glibgor, this stems the tide of explosions and removes the need to classify gas filling plants as low or high risk. The question then is, why did government not wait for the Ghana Fire Service Committee of Investigation report on the atomic junction gas explosion? And then when the report was made available, where a reversal to the CRM introduction not taking place to date.
He bemoaned the rush with which government reverted to the abundant LPG marketing system to solve the spate of gas explosions in the country.
And currently, 3 people are battling for their lives at the 37 military hospital after an explosion at the Amo gas filling station at Santana, close to Tesano here in Accra. Some of the residents JoyNews spoke to said they were unable to sleep as the explosion shook their buildings and they had to run for cover. Well, the residents are demanding the closure of the gas station. They say They're trapped between another gas station, a fuel station, and a company that uses industrial gas cylinders. Maxwell Agbagba visited the area and made these observations in the next report.
I'm currently here at Gas where the incident happened. Currently, there are about 5 workers going about their normal duties, but they are not open for business today, as some of the workers we've been speaking to say they are visibly shaken by the incident that happened yesterday. Well, some of the residents have also gathered in front of this gas filling station demanding its closure. I've been interacting with one of them, Victor Morde, who says he's terrified.
I was sleeping around 11:30 to 12 when I heard a great sound, two times, boom, boom. Then all of a sudden the building shook. Do you understand it? Then I thought it was a normal, maybe accident or something. Before I came out, I saw lighting in the sky. Then I also took off my heels. Then I just fell down. I got hurt. I'm calling off there. I'm calling upon the energy minister and also the agencies who are based on this to help us close this down totally.
Well, for us to have a better appreciation of the issues, these two gentlemen have actually agreed to take us to the rooftop of a building here, just so we understand how they are trapped between 2 filling stations. Well, one is actually a fuel filling station, and that is about 50 meters away. They actually share boundaries or wall with Gas, where the incident happened, yesterday. That is the Total filling station. Now, about 50 meters or 100 meters away is another gas filling station just around, this area, just within this enclave. Now, also sharing boundaries with the Gas, where the incident happened yesterday, is another company. Residents are saying that they actually use industrial gas cylinders here. Now, very close to Gas is also a mechanic shop here. But officials of the Ghana National Fire Service have told the residents not to light any flame. We've been speaking to the assemblyman for the Abelenpe Tessan electoral area.
The community, the people within the gas filling station has already done their petition. I requested for that letter a month ago because I came here myself, I surveyed, I realized it is a very dangerous zone. Without the people here, we have big companies around here. There's 1 filling station, and then two gas filling station. We don't want something like atomic junction to happen here. If it happens, it will be more worse than the atomic, because this is a filling station and then 2 gas filling stations. Close to me, you can see a welding shop here, which is very bad, because we can't stand this. It is close, it's in town, and we can't stand this. And we can't joke with things like this. It's not nice, you understand me? We are all citizens, and we can't. What did the president said when the atomic occurred? Officials
of the Ghana National Fire Service were able to control the situation yesterday. In fact, they have been here today to investigate the cause of the explosion. Well, one of the residents I've been speaking to said that they were not told that this structure here will be used for a gas filling station. He is calling for a total shutdown of this company here.
They told us that they are going to sell kerosene. Then, after, we saw them selling gas. So we talked to them several times, because this is 3rd time that happened here. We talked to them, which is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, they don't mind people. We talked to them, begging them to stop selling the gas here. Said no, because the last time we were here, the gas will explode. People start running around, shouting, before yesterday onto. So we are begging them. We are begging the people to support us to stop the people.
Inmates of the Reformation School at the Kumasi Central Prisons have received education materials to enhance their training. Well, they've been learning without textbooks and other materials, and this has taken a toll on academic work and practical work. All the items were donated by the John Ejekumkufo Foundation. Nana Senso Mensah has more in the following report.
The primary mandate of the prisons to rehabilitate, reform and correct inmates has largely been relegated to the background due to lack of facilities. The reformation school at the Kumasi prisons, like many others, suffers such shortfalls. Uncle Blami is officer in charge of education.
Dropouts from outside who are arrested. We have people who were in schools and are incarcerated. We have people who came, who were not in school, but they realized that there is need for them to learn and then to better themselves before they go out. So this is the type of students we have. But we are faced with problems for the past 4 or 5 years. We don't have funds from anywhere except benevolent people who come in to assist us. And teaching and learning materials. And then finances. For the teachers, there are some prisoners who were teachers or who are graduates, they assist in the teaching field. And then I have officers who are also trained teachers from Tipus University. Textbooks is a problem. We cannot get actual textbooks. So we follow others and then they give us. And so this gesture coming in has been, in fact, I don't know what to say, a dream come true, but it has been very useful to us, very timely and everything.
President of Jack Foundation, Elon Mensah, urges duty bearers and benevolent organizations to commit to the welfare of prisoners.
So we took this initiative as part of the COFOR Scholars Program's initiatives. We want to impart into the lives of inmates. One major thing the former president has always been advising us to do is to have empathy for people in the society. And we realize that the prison is a home for anyone in the society. Anyone can find him or herself in the prisons. And therefore we have to impact their lives so that when they come out from the prisons, they shall be useful to the society and make the society also safe for us to live in it.
Reporting for Joy News, Nana Asensumensa.
Well, that's it for the news tidbits we have in this. So we have more news. We'll be looking at the newspapers. We have a couple of some interesting stories on the front pages. And then myself, Mama Bioso Abuaji, will be looking at those stories. But we'll also be looking at myjoyonline.com publications, or the postings as well, and the other online platforms. And thereafter, Benedict also will be here with the latest sports stories. We know that you enjoy it. We're taking a break. When we come back, all that for you in a bit.